bitches.
All right, man. Are you back? You all right?
It was my fucking Wi-Fi, bro. My Wi-Fi was like making you guys talk like 30 seconds after you said some shit.
Hey, it
So
happened.
I'm just standing here like.
I
Oh,
know. We were like, what is going on over here, man?
yeah. I thought you
Turn the
smoked
fucking
some
Wi-Fi.
crazy weed, bro.
Well, that too, but um, I gotta give a shout out to SBH in the fucking chat room here on fucking YouTube. Scott Van Held.
Oh,
He sang the hook on Vampire
oh,
Tactics, and
cool, cool. That's cool.
he's fucking amazing. I love that guy. He worked for Shavo, Red
Okay.
Red 99 or whatever his weed spot is. But good dude.
Yeah,
Shout
that's
out to
awesome.
Uncle Abel too. I don't know if he's listening, but shout out Abel.
Awesome.
We got a gentleman over here. He wants to know is P.O.D coming to Sacramento anytime soon?
I'm not sure about. We got a tour that we just announced. We
Yeah,
start
August.
August 6th. We'll be rehearsing. With production, and then our first show is like the 12th, or I don't remember. It's the 12th, 13th, 14th of August, and we're headlining Friday or Saturday night at Sturgis,
Oh shit.
the Buffalo Chip. So that'll be fun. And then from there on, we got a bunch of radio shows in Dallas with Offspring and Chevelle, and Houston, and we're just gonna get back out for 2 months, man, and get back into the routine of rocking, man.
Oh, you gotta, yeah. And everybody's got to dust off the cowboys on everything, bro. Man, everybody was chillaxing, bro, for a year and a half.
Oh man.
Excuse me, Scott Von Held. He said, "Yo, I work for Be Real now, yo." All right, fucking let me drop that name too. You know what I mean? I'll fucking do it. Hey,
Hey,
Marcos, I wanted to ask you, man, because when I got put into foster care, it was a very religious home. They were Pentecostals, Pentecostal preachers.
all right.
Was the foster home I got put into. And I remember my foster mother telling me, if you're ever talking to someone and something seems wrong, look down at their feet. And if they have pig's feet, they're demons.
Oh,
Right.
right.
So this is I went from my parent, I knew nothing about God, right? To being thrown into this foster home and going to these big Pentecostal churches and shit like that.
Well, listen, man, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah.
I grew up in church, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, man. Um, but I've seen the good side,
Yeah.
and I've seen a very horrific side. And I I am not about religion, bro. I'm about
Right.
about a spiritual connection. And
Absolutely.
a lot of people get that mixed up, man, because there's two different things right there, dude. And
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I wasn't trying to imply,
no,
that either, but
but that kind of stuff right there, like whatever, man. I'm sorry, because for a kid, no, because for a kid, man, that's a lot to take in, man.
yeah.
Like I'm a big believer, whether you call it angels, demons, good energy, bad energy. I there's forces out there, man. I believe in that. Now,
Right.
now whether it's pig's feet or whatever she said, I don't know. I've never seen that's like I've never seen an alien before, dude. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. No
So
one's seen a dude with pig's feet unless maybe somewhere in Alabama. I don't know.
yeah. So but dude, there's so much stuff that you hear, and a lot of it that the judgment and all that stuff like that, we like to bring love,
Right.
and we like to bring light and hope to the world, man. Kind of like through our music, but we ain't trying to like convert you. We're just
Yeah.
trying to plant a seed of hope so that if you're in a dark place, you know how many people come to us, dude, your music got me through some dark stuff. It's like, well, thank you, man, because that's part of the reason why we do it. The Marleys, the Santanas, the U2s, we always tried to be that within our style of music. And
Yeah, and that's actually what that's what I was getting to is so when I got put in this home, I was exposed to this type of shit from like never even, my parents were metalheads, you know what I mean? They were listening to White Zombie and 6 Feet Under and
yeah,
Slayer and shit like that. So I had no concept of God. I would see like these biker motherfuckers come in with like pentagrams on their jackets and shit like that. And I thought it just looked cool. You know what I mean? I found out it wasn't cool when I carved into a ancient, like a old ass piece of furniture, and I had to write like, "Don't carve into furniture," you know, like 100 times.
Oh, shit.
But P.O.D. was the first band where I'm like, I don't know what the energy is in this, but it's like a different energy, and it's a positive. Even at 10 years old, I knew that when I would listen to a live. You know what I mean? At 10 years old, I could see like this is like just this is different from
Yeah.
everything else. And I always appreciated that, man. And I feel like I remember going into Christian bookstores in like '02, and there was a bunch of controversy about P.O.D. and they didn't want to sell P.O.D. at the Christian bookstores because the dreadlocks and the tattoos and the loud music and
Well,
all
we're
that
artists,
shit.
man. We're
You know?
artists. We had to be artistic. The fundamental elements of Southtown's artwork got banned. So
Yeah.
Atlanta made a special cover with it blacked out, and we were like, "What?" But you know what, man? Like, I wouldn't change it for anything, because you know what you just said. Like, that's why we do it, man. We're not
Yeah.
claiming to be perfectionist or better than anybody. We're from the neighborhood, but dude, we know that a lot of people need that are broken, and they need help, and if our music can give them just a little glimmer of hope, then we did our job, bro.
Yeah,
And
man. It's
and
beautiful.
and you know, here's a little story that I can give you about that. Like, we've done 2 Ozfests, and speaking since he worked with Shab, we've done a couple Ozfests with System and Pantera,
Right.
and Sharon was a huge advocate of our band. She was
Yeah.
the reason why we were on Ozfest, and she said it made her feel better because of all the energy that was being thrown a certain way from Ozfest, that she felt better. Oh, but I got P.O.D. to kind of set a little bit of the balance. That's pretty cool, right?
That's
Like,
dope,
Yeah, that's
man.
dope.
so she understood our band in that sense, and we're forever grateful because she gave us a huge opportunity to play in front of all these heads and do what we do, and you know, we got a lot of respect for that, man.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Um, I feel like with Satellite, I mean, it was such a massive album. I feel like it opened the whole door for this quote unquote Christian metal, Christian hard rock bands like Pillar, Thousand Foot Crutch, and shit like that. You know what I mean? I feel like they all owe a debt. You know, P.O.D. walked so they could run. You know what I mean? I
Well,
feel
I mean,
like that.
it's crazy because a lot of those bands that broke off from there, they started there, like Under Oath,
Yeah.
um, Norma Jean, a lot of the Tooth and Nail bands, dude. And we, dude, every band has its own, just like every human has his own journey, man. And we're forever grateful. And the thing is, we've never liked the stigma because there's a lot more to our band than just that. And a lot of people tend to write us off because they think, oh, well, that's a Christian band, or oh, you know what, that's a rap rock band, or oh, you know what, that's a. And I'm like sitting there going, dude, we're just a band. We're from South San Diego, and we're all about the vibrations that we're putting forth in our music. And you either like it or you don't, and that's what's cool about music. It's subjective, but the one thing that you're gonna get from our band, whether you like it or not, is real. And we have a lot of different colors in our music and a lot of different shades, man. You got, and then culturally, we're all mixed up. You know, Trey, he's a
Yeah.
brother with Creole. You know, Wav, Filipino, Italian, Guamanian. Sonny, Mexican, Spanish, Guamanian, Italian, and then me, I'm a Chicano, dude. So it's like that's SoCal, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but we're just 4 punks trying to just do our style of music, and we know what works for us, and we're just gonna let that be real in our music. And we're just all about being real and not perfect, dude. And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, you know what, that band's Christian. They think they're better than everybody else. They're holy. It's like, hell nah, man. If anything, just like the 12-step program. If you ever read that for Alcoholics Anonymous, it'll trip you
Yeah.
out on the 12 steps. Those 12 steps are pointing to a higher power, because humans need a higher power to get through a lot of the stuff that they're going through. So when I read them, I was like, dude, this almost has like a Christian undertone or overtone. And they're like, it does, but it's not that. It's humans need to reach towards something to help them spiritually get through their beings and their problems, dude. And whatever that is for somebody, I applaud them, dude. Whether it's, you know, whatever they believe in, as long as it's positive and it's keeping you afloat, more power to you, my brother and sister.
Yeah, man. Like I mean, I had a period of time in my early 20s where I was rebelling against, you know, late teens, early 20s, where I was just rebelling against all the Christian stuff. And I was just like hating for no reason. But eventually, like, what got me back into it was like the music. You know what I mean? I love the band Pillar, right? But I ignored listening to Pillar for 10 fucking years because I'm like, oh, that reminds me of going to church and all this type of shit. But then you listen as an adult, you're like, you know what? These guys are like, seem like genuine fucking dudes. Who cares like what their personal beliefs is? The music is badass, and that's all that should matter.
But you know what? I wish it was like that on both sides of the fence. Yeah. Because when you do, I listen to Slayer, but when you listen to what he's spitting, before you see the light, you must die, right? In reality, if he really, truly, sincerely meant that, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what the appeal is. Now, nobody cares that there are a lot of people don't. I mean, there's a few, but most people don't go like, well, there's Satan rock, man. I'm not going to listen to them. Whatever, right? It's not the same for the other side.
Yeah.
Like, just write it up. It's like, dude, there's a lot of, like, Under Oath, they kill it, bro. Norma Jean, they kill it, bro.
Project 86.
Yeah, Demon Hunter. There's a lot of bands, dude. But for us, Chevelle came from there too, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But you make a point, you make a choice as a band, like, do we want to be pigeonholed and be just that? And as our band, we felt we were meant to do bigger things, and we're blessed, man. We're here still, and we get to play with anyone who's anyone and still do it to this day. And I'm honored to even be talking to you guys because of my band. I think it's a blessing, bro. So I wouldn't change it for anything. I've been through my ups and downs just like you. Oh man, this Christian thing is such a stigma. It's so annoying, but that's at the root of the band. That's just the nucleus. That has nothing to do. Like, we're not out here trying to be like, hey, bro, you need to do this and do that. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy the music we're gonna about rock. You know what I'm saying? And let's have a good time.
Yeah, man. Fucking. I don't know, man. Like, that really bugs me now. The whole, like, in metal, if you believe in God, you're a pussy shit. I can't deal with that type of fucking mentality anymore. Meanwhile, I was that mentality 6 years ago. You know what I mean? I was like, man, if you're a fucking metalhead and you claim God, fuck you, da 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 da. But it's so immature and bullshit.
Dude, I'm the furthest from any of that, because I'm not perfect and I'm not trying to be. But there's a difference. It's called faith, and it's called progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
And if you're striving to be a better person, the fundamental elements of the Southtown, but fundamental of what, there's nothing wrong with thou shalt not kill. There's nothing wrong with all these different thou shalt not steal.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's some stuff in there we can get to and be like, well, that's whack. Well, I don't agree with that. But the principles, man, they're on point, dude. You know? And I don't know if you have kids or what, but I have two, man, and I have to have faith for my safety as you get older of your children, dude, when they're out doing their shit. And
yeah, I got a 9-year-old, man, and I became an emotional bitch the day my son was born. I turned into this emotion, like, I'll cry at Disney movies now. I'll cry, dude. Anything where there's a kid involved and it's some kind of hurt for the kid, I'm just like crying like a baby. It totally changed my life, man. It's crazy, and I think that really opened my mind from where it used to be. You know,
And it will continue to. It will continue to. Because some people think, oh, well, when they turn 18, they're done. No, having a child is a lifelong commitment, bro. You don't stop
yeah,
being a father when they turn 18.